Jackie Brown. But just on YouTube there, watching some clips here and there, watching a bit of Jackie Brown. It's Jackie Brown. All right, we're on. We are on. I don't think that's quite the accurate quote. The basic synopsis of the film is: as this broad, this character Jackie Brown, played by Pam Grier. Oh, ooh, nice. 1997, 98, I think it came out, Jackie Brown. Fucking hell. 25 years ago. 25 fucking years ago. Fucking hell. Anyway, it's a Quentin Tarantino film, but it's one of my favourite, if not my favourite Quentin Tarantino film. It's because there's some sort of there's a couple of Tarantino-esque, bits of violence in it and that. But by and large, it's a nice mellow film. It's lovely. And the storyline is this character called Ordell Roby, and he's an arms dealer. Set himself up as an arms dealer, selling guns, firearms. And one of his cohorts is this character, this lady called Jackie Brown. She's an air stewardess working for an airline. Funnily enough, being an air stewardess. Well, how she's of use to Ordell Roby is that because she's flying hither and thither, she's flying across borders. She can move money about for him. Well, she gets caught at one point in the film. She gets caught with some money in a bag. What's all this money? You haven't declared it. What you like? That's a federal offence. Come with us. And she's been caught because of another cohort of Ordell Roby has been. It's kind of this film. It's kind of a lesson of, you are, or be aware of the circles you're moving in. Be aware of the company you're keeping. You can't soar with the eagles if you're in the yard with turkeys. Yeah. If you're surrounding yourself with people who are just a little bit shit, then that's gonna be how things pan out. It's just gonna be a little bit shit. Well, so one of Ordell Roby's cohorts, Beaumont. I think it's Beaumont Livingston. Oh dear. He's a bit of an underachiever, and he's got some sort of criminal record. And it's my understanding, if you've got a criminal record, if you're a felon, if you've committed a federal offence in the United States of America, it's my understanding you can't have guns. Nope. So this Beaumont Livingston, he's been caught, and he's got a machine gun with him. He's got a machine gun. Now, to my knowledge, a citizen of the United States of America, you can't just possess a machine gun. There's certain circumstances. If you're lucky enough to live in Texas and be an arms dealer, if you run a business selling guns, like a gun shop, I think there's some sort of ATF caper, some bit of paper you can get hold of, and you can possess a machine gun. So on and so forth. But I believe the story is set in California. So, the laws in California, and oh dear, they're heading in the same direction as all laws in the UK. As we don't want We don't want the rank and file having guns. No, we don't want that shit. Can't tell some cunt with a gun what's what. You can't impose your will on some fucking minion who's got a gun because he might shoot you. So we need to take the guns off these cunts. How about that? I'm paraphrasing, and I'm not saying it's wholly that, but it is. It is. The ruling elite don't want people. They don't want. You don't want the motherfucker. One of the first things that the National Socialist Party of Germany did was bring in laws to stop Jews owning firearms, so that subsequently it made their job of rounding them all up and sending them off to wherever it was they were intending to send them. That job became a lot easier because none of the Jews had guns, and that's that. There you go. That's why you need to have guns, so you can't be fucked up. But anyway, a digression. Back to Jackie Brown. So this Beaumont Livingston, he gets caught, and on the back of that, he's just like, "Oh no, I don't want to go to jail." Bah! Singing like a canary. And he basically like shops everybody in. FBI, fucking ATF. Whee! They're all having, oh yeah, oh nice one. Right, we'll stick our fingers in this cunt's pie. How about that? And on the back of that, they've got their eye on Jackie Brown. So she comes back to the airport with all this money. Oh, and then she's in jail. Motherfucker. So she's in jail, but she kind of, a few twists and turns aside, she does a bit of a deal and she gets herself out of it. And that's the film. That's the gist of the film. Well, there's a bail bondsman played by William Foster. I believe the late William Foster. He died recently. And he plays a bail bondsman, Max Cherry. He comes into the story because Ordell Roby pays him to bond out the... I don't know how bail works. You're out on bail. You're arrested, or you can go home as long as somebody pays an amount of money, and if you do a runner, then they'll lose that amount of money, so blah blah blah. And they set the amount of money at an amount they reckon it's going to be, So Jackie Brown gets bailed out of jail, and Max Cherry goes to pick her up, you see, and he's like, oh, she's nice. And through the film was kind of a, will they, won't they? Did they, didn't they? Will they get together? Because it was Jackie Brown and Ordell Roby and Max Cherry. They're all kind of, they're past 40-year-old. They're on the downside of the curve. Things aren't. The world of opportunity is closing off to them. It's the twilight years, if you will. It's time to decide. You're in the boat you're in now. Make the best of it, sort of thing. There's no. It's no longer a world of opportunity for these people. It's like you're on the path you're on, sort of thing. That's another sort of theme of the film, And but it's just a lovely, lovely film. And there's others. There's a character, I forget her name, played by Bridget Fonda. She's kind of just one of hangers on. And she's a friend of Ordell Roby. She's a friend. She's a living house slut of Ordell Roby. She's getting what she can out of the equation. And there's a bloke played. I forget his name. Played by Robert De Niro. He's recently out of jail. Again, he's somebody that Ordell Roby met while he was in jail, and he's in it as well. He plays a couple of bits in it. Instrumental and worthwhile. But it's just a lovely film. Just rolls along nicely, and it kind of happy ending film. Happy ending with a bit of an open-ended ending, but it's just lovely. But anyway, I reacquainted myself with a few clips. I mean, there's plenty of clips on YouTube of it, but I'd highly recommend it. It's a nice, as I say, for me personally, it's one of my favourite Tarantino movies. Just for its pace, yeah, just nice, lovely film.